of some mind.
Yeah. Yes. So, in short, what we are trying to promote is to build a conducive environment where there will be competitiveness. So, what are we trying to do? If you register your product, your design, why should I come and do the same? So, in short, you are telling me, no, don't do this, do your own thing. In short, we are creating an environment where there will be competitiveness, and there will be a variety of products on the market, and the consumers will be there to choose whichever product they would prefer. So in short, once you register your product, you are protecting your own design, and you can improve on it, not allowing anyone to come on board and just get whatever you've worked hard on to think about. Because I believe when you come up with something, it's like you've been thinking about it for a long time, then you come up with a design or a name or whatever, then somebody should just come and copy. How would you feel? So we are trying to make that environment where people should be creative, not to copy what others are doing, but to come up with their own names or their own designs. Yeah.
An example I would give, we just have that bottle of water which is ahead of us, just in front of us. If you look at it, it has contours, even the texture and other things. So should this product be protected as it is as a container of water?
Exactly. You see, Mr. Msumari, one, the owners of this product first would protect the design of the bottle. Then, I don't know where the mark is. Then there will be a trademark, which you need to be protected as well. It will also have the labels indicating the expiry date and when it was manufactured. So, if they manufacture this product and they come up with a similar product copying this, they can definitely complain to say, why are you copying this? Why are you using our product, or why are you using our container? Because this is a registered design. So these designs will be registered with PACRA, like I mentioned, because this will fall under industrial property. Yeah. So everything, the trademark, the design will fall under industrial property, and it will be registered. So once they find me using this bottle, despite of the content, they can complain. Say, why are you using our bottle?
And that is if you are using it for gain.
For gain, for commercial use. Yeah. Let's say I just want to use it, maybe just to get some water and drink. There is no infringement there. But if I use these bottles, or I get a lot and start reselling, meaning I'm actually gaining something from the bottle, or from the trademark. That's for commercial use.
Right.
So definitely they can complain, the owners of the trademark or the owners of the bottle. Yeah.
Where then does the play for counterfeit comes in, and what are you doing as an association to protect such innovations?
Okay. So maybe just to describe on counterfeit, like I mentioned, intellectual property is in two parts. There's industrial property and copyright. So industrial property, counterfeit is related to industrial property, where the infringement on industrial property, or the infringement on trademarks, patents, and industrial geographic indications. That's where counterfeit comes in.
Okay.
Then when you look at piracy is related to copyright. So coming to your question, what constitutes the counterfeit of this product? So if, let's say this is your product, it's registered with PACRA, everything is registered with PACRA, then I, as an individual, I get these bottles, start producing the similar product. Let's say we are in the same industry, we are making water. Your water is well labeled, I get the same bottles, I start putting my own water. I don't know if maybe it's certified or what, but I just use your name and your bottle. I start selling. that's where counterfeiting comes in. And you, as the owner of the bottle or the owner of the trademark, have the right to complain through the intellectual property unit.
But if the bottle as it is, as making it as a point of reference, I don't alter anything, maybe I just change the labeling, but I'm using the container to sell my products. Does that amount to counterfeit?
Exactly, like I mentioned, if this bottle, it may be, you are saying the trademark is different, but the design is the same. So if I'm the owner of the design and I've registered this design to be my own design, then it amounts to infringement. So you are actually infringing on the design, because I've already registered that design to be mine. So in short, we are saying, you, instead of just getting my design or my bottle, come up with your own bottle, so that you don't infringe on my rights, which is the bottle and the design which I've come up with. Yeah.
So what is the unit then doing to address that? Because there's a common term that we have even adopted in our vocabulary, which is code. This is original, this is gonga, and things like that. And these things are on our market. What is the unit doing to curb that scourge?
Okay. Looking at intellectual property, these are private rights. And as a unit, we usually work with the right holders. So without right holders, we can't really move in. But definitely we seize these things, then we engage the right holders. So we are actually, by all means, trying to seize all these counterfeit products, especially that, like you as a consumer, you are told from the shop that this is genuine, this is counterfeit. Then if you have that information, you bring it to our unit and say, okay, I've bought this, I was told this counterfeit. We come in, before we seize, we engage the right holders. Say, if this is your product as Musmali, somebody buys it and says, okay, I've bought this product, but I'm told it's counterfeit. When it comes to our office, we engage you as Mr. Somali, as the owner of the product. Can you verify whether this product is genuine or is counterfeit? If you tell us that it's counterfeit, then we'll go and seize. And definitely look at the source where this product is coming from. That's how we work.
But as a unit yourself, you do not have testing facilities. For example, if we are making point of reference to this
Water.
as a liquid, as water. Are you able to verify to ascertain whether this is counterfeit or it's an original product, or it depends on the producer, the owner of the rights to do that? Do you have testing facilities?
Okay, okay. Thank you for that one, because it's not us really. We have our own forensic department, but we use other stakeholders like the National Foods Laboratory. They do our testing for the. Let's talk about food products. When we've got suspected counterfeit food products, we get these products and subject them for testing at the National Foods Laboratory, which is under Ministry of Health. Yeah. Even if not those, we use the under Lusaka City Council Public Health. They've got also a lab where we also subject the products for analysis tests. Okay. Yeah. So what happens is, once we suspect a product to be counterfeit, we'll come to the owner of the product. Give us your original product. Then we'll subject the two at the National Foods Laboratory. Can you analyze these products depending on the standards? There's also the Zambia Bureau of Standards. We use those as well to test the products or the standards of the product.
I was actually coming to that point to find out how does a unit relate, for example, with agencies like the Bureau of Standards in a situation that, of course, our market is not clean of counterfeit products, and both in food products, clothing, fashion, and lots of other things. How do you relate with the Bureau of Standards, especially at the point of entry for those imported counterfeit goods which are reported on the market and those locally produced? How do you interact or collaborate with such agencies?
Okay. As a unit, we work with different agencies. I will mention just a few: customs, like I mentioned, Bureau of Standards, council. So depending on the nature of the crime, for customs, definitely they will give us information to say there's this product which we suspect to be counterfeit. We come in, we engage the right orders, they verify. If it's counterfeit, we seize and prosecute the person who's bringing those products. So when it comes to other standards, customs may allow the products to be in the market, not knowingly. Yeah. So once it's in the market, it's already on the market, then we engage people like National Foods Laboratory, where maybe it comes from a customer complaining that maybe this product is counterfeit. We engage them. They test that product, and they say, no, actually this product is not up to the standard. We also engage ZABS, Zambia Bureau of Standards. There's also Zambia what? Customs, Zambia compulsory standards, I think so. So all those, they look at the standards for the products. So once we do a joint operation with those, then we look at who is in the right position or who is at the right place to charge this person. Then if it's not relating to counterfeit, maybe just standards, because you should have to understand that there are some products which are just falsified or substandard. It could be genuine, but substandard. So that's where these like ZABs come in. So we hand over those cases to them to say, look at this case, this product is substandard. It could be it has overstayed on the, maybe as it been transported, and it can't be consumed, so it becomes a substandard product. So it won't be allowed on the market. Yeah. So ZABs will come in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. You did touch on piracy as well. Maybe you can elaborate on piracy and what merits to pirating and what offenses are committed and what laws govern all these the conversation that we're having.
Okay. So on piracy, which is the infringement relating to copyright. So I'll give a scenario of these people who tell you, I'll put music on your flash. How does that constitute piracy? You as an individual, if you download music on a legal website, that's genuine. You're downloading and you are using bundles. So those bundles, from those bundles, that money you use to buy bundles, that where the artists will benefit from as royalties. So if you download those music for your own use, there is no infringement. But once you get that music, put on your laptop or your computer, and you start selling, because like I mentioned, when you are downloading, the artist is benefiting something from the bundles. You get something at the end of the day as royalties.
Okay.
But once you start, now you get that music, you start selling to people. It's you now just benefiting alone. You'll be charging maybe 2 kwacha, 1 kwacha per song, and the artist won't benefit anything from that. So that, in that way, because you are using now that music for commercial use. So there's an aspect of commercial use where you are gaining something and depriving the owner of the music or the owner of the work. Definitely there now an infringement comes in, and that's piracy. So all those who have got these two mantembas,
we see them and we load music on flashes and on phones.
Exactly.
a price attached to that.
That's an infringement.
So how?
So we need now to work with the right holders, or the musicians, or the artists, or the owners of the works, to come on board, say, this person is actually doing this. Because like I mentioned, these are private rights. And as police or as intellectual property unit, we can't just move in.
Okay.
It will be difficult for us to prosecute.
But the same with the same way in the way that you need them to report. For example, an artist can be somewhere in Kalabo or Monze, and then the person who's loading the music is in Osaka, in Kalingalinga. They don't even know that their music is being pirated. And you, as a unit, see these labels, either by yourselves or by any other chance, just in passing or in your normal operation of duties. So how do you protect such?
Okay. So in those lines,
artists?
what we do, once we get hold of these people, yes, they are doing like you mentioned, we'll get the right holders or the artists to say, there's this music, and this person is selling. Do you have any contract with this person? Did you allow this person to sell music on your behalf? Do you have any arrangements to say this person should be selling? So we engage the artist or the right holder. And once they say, no, I haven't agreed, or I don't have any contract with this person, we prosecute the person who's actually infringing now.
Roughly how many cases would you assure that inform our viewers that that you have actively pursued and secured some convictions, and or maybe it's just settlement or some form of arbitration and things like that, just to give confidence and hope to people who are following us, who may have their perhaps production in terms of art being pirated?
Infringed. On my own behalf, I think I've taken a lot of cases to court. I've even lost count. Yeah, because I've prosecuted a number of these offenders.
Okay.
Yeah, being on counterfeiting and piracy.
Okay.
Yeah. So there are a lot, and we've taken these cases to court, and they've been fined and judged.
Okay. Before we open our lines for the public also to participate, so that we can have feedback and see whether we can marry what we're talking about and what is on the ground, who can then report the infringement of property rights or copyright rights?
Okay, thank you, Mr.
And where do they go? What are the procedures that need to be taken?
Okay, like I mentioned, let me mention it again. Intellectual property, these are private rights, but definitely you as a public individual or just a person, you come across something which you suspect to be counterfeit, definitely you can come and report. So when you come to report at the intellectual property unit, which is at service headquarters, you mention to us, oh, this, I've found this which I think is counterfeit. I'm just making a scenario. Then as we're taking it up, we engage the right holders. So it's either any person from the public or the right holders can report. But when it comes to, there's this notion where people will think when they complain or they bring a report, they think they are complainants. No, you just bring information to us, and we, us as the intellectual property unit, we engage the right holders. The right holders are the right complainants. You as the person who brought that information, you will be just like a witness. So there are times where people will receive complaints, say, no, they are not doing anything on my case. That is not your case. The case is with the owners of the rights. You come in as just a witness, as a person maybe who just bought that product. So once we engage the right holders and they confirm that this is a counterfeit, we'll get back to you and give us the details of where you bought this product, when, if necessary be, we even record a statement from you. Then we move in and see the place where you actually bought the product. Because our interest is, where is this product coming from? So once we get, maybe it's a shop, we'll get the person who's selling it from the shop. Where are you getting these products from? You also lead us to where you ordered or where you got these products from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe if I gave you an example of, for example, in fabric and fashion, where you have these properties for these international brands, where you find maybe a label is inverted, but it looks like the same. I wouldn't mention, but there's this label which looks like a tick, and then it's just inverted in the other, and the spelling maybe it's double K in the middle and things like that, and then we see people proudly and wearing them and around, and they are on our market. So how first do they come in, and how do you come in as if you observe that this product is actually selling even more than the original product? So how do you come in as a unit of the Zambia Police?
Okay. Maybe you ask, how do they come in? These products, the counterfeit products, they are definitely concealed when they're coming in the country. So they don't come, the counterfeiters or the people who are bringing in these products, they don't declare what they are bringing in. They will declare something else at the borders to customs. They will declare something else, saying maybe these are plates. So they will be concealed. The other thing you just find them on the market, already on the market. Then, looking at the brands now, like you mentioned, it's the other way around. There are, recently we had an operation on footwear, Nike and White Wolf. These are two brands, but we found that there were products or shoes with the same two brands on one shoe. So that's definitely a counterfeit. How can two brands be on one product? There's no way where two companies can agree to say, let's make one product, because they're in competition. So as a unit, we look into these issues where these products are smuggled or concealed and into the markets. And once we find them, like I mentioned, we engage the right orders to say there's this product on the market.
Okay.
Yeah, we seize those, we remove them from the market and prosecute the people who are found with those products.
Right, this is Security Corner, a program that comes to you every Tuesday, and I'm sitting in, like I earlier said, for my colleague Posen Tindovi, who's the anchor of this program, who's engaged in other duties. Our text line is 0972 0978, I beg your pardon, 0978 772 801. That's where you can send your messages. If you want to participate in active calls, you call us on 0772 832-122. Topic of discussion is intellectual property unit of the Zambia Police Service, and Sergeant Chanda is with me, who's my guest. So if you have a message, please do send it to us through our text line 078-772-801. For active calls, we'll take your calls on 0772-832-122. And just a guide, please make sure that you turn off your volume on your gadget as you have a conversation with us. And if you miss that, we may just have no option but to drop your call. Let's see if we have any messages. And okay, this one says, how do people address the issue where people get empty bottles from gatherings and reuse them to pack water, put it in the fridge and later sell it? This is common in rural and peri-urban district. That is Stephen Kabilima from Lundazi in Eastern Province. We're just making reference to a bottle. Before that, we have a caller on the line. Good morning and welcome to Security Corner. Good morning. It's exactly what we are talking about. I think our director will...
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning. Hello, as we engage us, we have indicated that kindly please, it's just normal, it's just so good that we have a good conversation without interruptions. Make sure that the volume on your radio set or your television is off. or turned to the minimum so that we have a conversation with you. Where we have a feedback, we have no option but to drop your call. So our text line is 0978 and for active calls, reach us on 0772832122. We are looking at intellectual property rights, and we have the Zambia Police unit, intellectual property unit. Sergeant Chanda is with us right here. So talking about reuse of bottles, we are making reference to that, but then with another caller on the line. Good morning. You are through to Security Corner. Please tell us your name and where you are calling us from.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Your name, sir?
I'm very fine, sir. How are you?
Unfortunately, we have
My name is Malambo Sylvester.
Mr. Malambo Sylvester. You have your television or radio set. You can't have a conversation. We'll drop that call. Yes, sir.
Yes, I'm calling from...
Go ahead. If you have turned off your volume, go ahead.
Sorry, come again. I can't get you clearly.
Because you have your television or radio set on, so you have feedback, and we can't have a conversation. Good morning. Let's try again. Good morning. Unfortunately,
Hello?
We can hear you. Good morning.
Hello?
Some challenge in connectivity there. Maybe just talk about reuse of bottles.
Yeah, like
people have found as a mean of earning a living, just using it as packaging but not rebranding it. Is it wrong to pack munkoyo or local brew, like in the villages, in the rural areas, containers and short of materials to use? I pick these bottles, clean them. I don't label them, but I have my clientele where I put these drinks and sell them at a gain. Is there a counterfeit involved in that?
Yeah, Mr. Mari, that's a good question from Kelvin. When you look at the whole process,
Hello?
actually...
Okay, let's see if we can accommodate that caller before we respond to that text message. Good morning. You are through to Security Corner and we are looking at intellectual property rights. Good morning. Okay, we dropped that call. So, okay, we'll take time. We'll give you a chance to respond to this question from Lundas.
Yes, like I was explaining. So, it all starts with registering, one, your product, which is already registered. I just pick. Then, is your product certified? Have you tested your product to be on the market? As ZABs giving you a certificate to say you can go ahead with that product. One, you are infringing on somebody's trademarks or industrial design by getting their products or getting their bottles without their authority, and you start using it, putting in something which is not even, I don't know if it's certified to be used or to be consumed by consumers. So already there's an infringement there.
But maybe from the same line of certification, before we look at certification, because I know we consume a lot of Chibuantu from the general buckets in the markets, from the caps. Those, I don't think they go through those processes. We consume a lot of fritters, popularly known as vitumbuas. I don't think those have gone under laboratory tests, and we have been feeding on them from childhood. So I don't think if we go into those specific of details, then the common person on the street will not be able to have a living. I think what we are focusing on, I pick this bottle. Yes, and then I put the munkoyo, let's say not water, because water maybe because it's the same product. But if I put munkoyo, or I put honey, or I put beer into it, these local brews, and then I'm basically just using it as a vessel to distribute to my client, what level of infringement in counterfeit or property rights is it?
So we are
especially
looking at
for our rural population.
We are looking at the issue of a registered trademark or a design. You've mentioned of fritters. Suppose I had a package for fritters and it's well labeled as Chanda. Then I find you are making your own fritters, but you are using my own packaging to put those filters. I'll come and complain to say, but why are you using my name to sell your filters? So in this case, we are saying, why should somebody get a bottle and start selling something which is not meant for that bottle? If this bottle is meant for water, then somebody, and the label is there, Musumari, it's there, then I use it for alcohol. Definitely you come and say, but why is this person getting something from my bottle? Because definitely you would have spent something to come up with this design and the name. It's not for free.
But if other bottles or these containers marked as having been protected, if they don't have any markings on them as having been protected property, can't I use it? Recycling, it's common now being called recycling for reuse.
Okay, let's look at the design, because one, it will be the design which is registered and the trademark. So if the mark is not there, but my design is registered, definitely I have to complain if somebody is using my design.
Okay.
So come up with your own design, then use it for your own products. Why should you use my design and my bottles? Because for me to come up with this design, it means I have paid something, and I need to gain something from this.
Right, our text line is 0978, I beg your pardon, 772-801, 0978-772-801, and our call line is 0772-832-122. We are looking at the intellectual property unit of the Zambia police. So maybe what are some of the red flags for identifying counterfeit products, especially on the market?
Yeah.
On the line of maybe the traders and also consumers.
Okay, that's a good one. So when you look at counterfeiters or the counterfeit products, the things that you need to look at to identify a counterfeit product, one is the price. Definitely, a counterfeit product will be cheaper than the original one. It goes also to copyright works. Price is it's a major indicator on these products. Once you find something cheaper than what you expect,
buy one, pay for one, we get three.
No, there's those promotions. We can't go away from those promotions. But where you find the genuine one is 5 kwacha, then you find something at 2 kwacha, you should have a question mark.
But again, we are told manufacturers and these big economies manufacture according to the market where that product is going. Maybe I genuinely acquired it at that because I know that the client that I'm selling can afford this price, this
Are you sure?
item at this price.
You should check your products, because from the price, you look at the price, you look at the quality. Is the quality of the same with the genuine one? Definitely you look at something else which is of high price, then you look at the quality. Also the quality will tell you. Then there's a lot of misspellings or wrong spellings on the counterfeit products, because these counterfeiters are, I would say maybe they are in a hurry to make these products.
Is it in a hurry, or because they know that if they produce the same product, the same quality, the same spelling, you may corner them, because they also know these are intellectuals as well. Yeah, so they try to make sure that they conceal in a misspelling. Not haven't you?
I wouldn't say maybe they are intelligent enough to say if we make a wrong spelling, then we are running away from counterfeiting.
No, it's just to blind me as a consumer to basically say, I'll look at a quick glance, I will spell the same, but when I look into full detail of the spelling, I would have missed one or two. I find that.
So that's an indicator. Why should a genuine person make wrong spellings? Especially when maybe the specifications of the product, they put wrong spellings. That should be an indicator to you to say, why is this person making wrong spellings? So we're looking at price, the quality of the product, the spellings, even the packaging. The packaging may be of low quality. Mm. I should have come with some products so that I can show you some of
All right,
these.
we'll create time for that. But
Yeah.
of course, just in closing, out of all this conversation we've had, and there's a message now from our listener or viewer here who writes and says, what are you doing in order to sensitize the public?
What are we doing? I'm here trying to sensitize the
It might be one of what other
yeah,
programs do you have?
we've been we usually go to the show, trade fairs. We visit schools just to sensitize even the pupils, so that as they are growing or when they go back home, they will even tell their parents to say, mommy or daddy, a counterfeit product, we should look for these things. Let's look at the spellings, let's look at the quality of the product. Don't just get anything. Look at the expiry dates. Yeah. So we sensitize people. We are trying to at least inculcate this knowledge of intellectual property in pupils at a tender age, so that as they are growing, even if they want to venture into these businesses, they know that I need to protect my knowledge. So it's from the tender age that once they know that they need to protect. I'll give you an example of you've seen a lot of carpenters along Alikinkata Road. I don't know if they have been to Pakra, but those are the people that we usually talk to. Say, register your design, because they are making the same things. Register your own design so that there's competition. If I have my own design, I register it. Definitely, you won't copy my design. You come up with your own design. In the process, what are we coming up with? Is the environment with a variety of designs where people now can choose from. And once we have all these people coming up with their own designs, we have a number of them. Okay. It's actually the economy that will benefit.
All right.
Yeah.
And maybe in closing yet again now, your concentration earlier, you did indicate that you are just situated here in Lusaka at Force headquarters. Yeah. What plans do you have for the other areas, especially the rural population?
I mentioned that because we have some officers in these other provinces, but I would say they are not all that active. And we are actually looking at the issue of decentralizing the unit. And this program was already started. We've been trying to train other officers. Yeah. And apart from that, we are actually looking at this is an ongoing program where we want to be training officers as they are training. They are being trained from Lilai, Kamfinsa, Sondela. They have this. We have this in our curriculum, the intellectual property, so that as they are graduating from there, they know this issue, or they know everything about intellectual property. Okay. So wherever they will be transferred, if you say let's have this unit and we have specialized officers, at least we'll have officers will be able to handle these matters. Yes.
Mr. Chanda, I would like to thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Right, dear listeners and viewers, we come to the end of the program. It's been not conclusive because basically today we're just concentrating on the intellectual property unit of the Zambia Police. This is a broad program and broad subject that would have gone to details of looking at what these rights are, the infringements, and what you need to do. And we do hope that we create another platform for you to participate so that you get to understand what infringement of these rights are and also know your intellectual property rights as well. But for now, we come to the end of the program, and my guest was Mr. Kapamba Chanda, Sergeant and the investigator in the Zambia Police Service under the Zambia Intellectual Property Unit of the Zambia Police Service. I've been your presenter, Julius Musmali, and on sign language, Ahad Chora Kaoma. From us all and the entire production team, wish to make you a date with us again next week on Tuesday. Pleasant viewing.
all words have meaning to the nation. Stand and sing of Zambia, proud and free. It must be taught to all our young people, to all our people in Zambia, each in various languages, and even those languages, the meaning of those words is the same. The same. Let the people understand exactly why they sing what they do.
Igalukanira Muzambia yesu tweboho Gutusungo gukumwa tusunga Gutamani Luyando lwanu Galukanira